What's going on, collective? Welcome to By the Season 4 Tarot, aka Ruth is the Truth. This is a reading on the go. So if you hear any outside noise, that's what that is. Anything you need to know about me is listed in the description box below. I'm getting this energy. If you want to get on the godly throne, you need to right your wrongs. Okay? Someone here could be questioning their faith, questioning how do they get into alignment with the divine, how do they walk that path. Okay, somebody here may have no guidance. Okay, there's this energy of no guidance. Maybe that song by Chris Brown is significant. Okay, but there's this energy of, you know, someone doesn't have a role model, that figure, somebody doesn't know where to begin. Okay, there's this energy of somebody questioning a lot of things in their life, and somebody here may think something about coincidences. Somebody could be starting to put the pieces together. It's like putting the pieces to the puzzle together when it comes to current circumstances, people in their life, connections, relationships, career. It's almost like somebody here is starting to realize how one thing connects to the other. Okay, everything is connected. We're all connected in some kind of way, shape, or form. And I feel like somebody is questioning their reality, questioning what their beliefs are currently. You know, starting to question everything that they were taught or brought up on. Has it been all a lie? Okay, it feels like that. It's what I'm getting. Somebody feels like they've been lied to, okay, about something. About their upbringing in some kind of way, maybe where they come from or their background, their cultural background. There's something significant about that. Somebody's trying to squeeze in where they don't fit in, or this is what has been taking place in their life. They've been trying to find little creaks or cracks or crevices, okay, where to fit in. Somebody feels like they don't fit in with their family, with their environment, with their friends, and a lot is coming into play. A lot of questions are coming into play. Like, what am I really? Where do I really come from? You know, who's really my mother, my father, you know, things like that. Obviously, we all have, we were born into a family here, but some of you are questioning the reality of that, of your circumstances, or the reality of your relationships here. And this could be a part of your initiation, a part of your awakening here. Some of you could be doing a lot of research, okay? There's something about being conjoined, okay? There's something about being conjoined, or codependency here. Yeah, there's a level of strong codependency. Somebody here has been depending on a certain religion, a certain belief, a certain person, family, friends, leaning on their beliefs, leaning on their advice. And it's like somebody here now is starting to think, you know what, I need to think for myself. I need to really question people's intentions, or what people really say. Is it coming from a place of wanting to really help and wanting to really provide guidance, or is it coming from a place of that person or that individual or that group being wounded? Is that person just pushing their agenda on me? Okay, there's something like that somebody could be really questioning in their life during this time. I really feel like you really need to trust what your thoughts are. You really need to trust what is being presented to you, the signs, the synchronicities, things that are being repeated, numbers, okay, you know, different names or different origins, or, you know, a specific origin, or ancient, something that's ancient could be popping up to you, or, you know, maybe you want to investigate something, or you want to research something. Allow yourself to be led to that. Allow your mind to be open to different possibilities and different information and resources, okay? Because I feel like it's really going to help someone find themselves, find their true authentic self. And somebody here is going to form a different opinion. They're going to form I feel like something is going to shift for someone in when it comes to their thought process, their way of being. Someone is going to come out of this like paradigm shift that they've been living in, this program way of thinking and being, where now somebody's going to start to think, oh no, like I'm going to dive into this. I'm really like wholeheartedly interested in knowing more about this. And the more you want to know about something, it's going to open your heart, it's going to open your mind to different avenues. It's going to take you deeper. Okay. And I feel like somebody's going to allow themselves to go deeper. So collective. I mean, and this could be in relationships, this could be in love, this could be in career, family, this could just be your religious or, you know, your awakening to what spirituality is. You know, there's a lot of different spiritual practices out there. There's a lot of religious practices out there, you know. And some of you, I feel like, are going to get to really dive into that aspect of your life, you know. And I feel like you're going to pass this down, or there's something that has been passed on. Maybe you're starting to ask questions about your family, your lineage, your ancestry as well. You know, maybe you're becoming more interested in that. But there's this energy of like, in order to walk that righteous path, you have to right your wrongs. You have to start with yourself. You have to pull yourself apart. And I feel like somebody is doing that, or they're going to start doing that. They're going to start questioning a lot in their life. And it's going to allow someone to be set free. It's going to allow freedom to take place, because there's going to be this energy of wanting to surrender everything to the divine, or everything to God, or whoever it is that you're going to adhere to, or you want to believe into, whatever gods, goddesses, deities, whatever. There's a multitude of that. But I feel like someone here is really breaking away from what is a trend, what has been put out there. It's like somebody stopped, like they're ceasing to believe in what other people put out there in today's world, and choosing to really do their own research. Because it's like somebody here wants to be more aligned. Somebody here wants to be more true to themselves, more real. Okay, somebody here wants to be more real, more authentic. And I feel like somebody here may also feel like I mentioned, they don't feel like they belong. You know, the conversations that they may have with people could be very boring, very mundane. Like they may want to have conversations about topics that are like quantum physics, quantum leaps, time travel, reality shifting, things like that. It's like somebody wants to go deeper, and the people that they surround themselves around, or they mention these things to, is like they don't get the response or the reaction that they're seeking, that interest. You're gonna find your tribe, though. You always do. You always find people will always pop up on your journey that will share the same common interest as you. And one person you come along is like, we'll connect you to the next, and we'll connect you to some more information, something that you didn't. Everybody, like I said, is connected in a specific way, in a designated way, along our journeys, along our path. It's how you choose to view those connections. And are you able to detach, from a loving place, not from an envious place or a place of hurt or pain? Are you able to detach from things in a healthy way? Understanding that things, people, places, things, they're just temporary. And what is this person? Why did they come into my life? What was I meant to learn from this? What were they meant to learn from me? It's learning to detach from the outcomes. It's learning to attach from titles. And it's learning to accept. Be in an energy of always accepting that, hey, I was meant to come across this person. I was meant to come across this career. I was meant to do this. I was meant to do that at this time when it was initiated. And now I know that my assignment is done here. Now I have to move on. Now there's something else I need to apply this knowledge or wisdom or experience to on my next journey, on my next stop. I always tell people that, because I've had many job opportunities and different kinds of job opportunities. I mean, different things that, you know, I always find very interesting. So, you know, but I always tell people, I don't look at jobs, or I don't look at connections as my connection with that person, or my relationship, or that job, or this. I look at it as an assignment. That's how I choose to view situations in life, as it was an assignment for me. I learned what I needed to learn. Now that I have that knowledge and that wisdom, I can apply it to somewhere else, you know. So yeah, hopefully this message helps someone. Maybe somebody here needed to hear that. I feel like you just need to be patient and be in that energy of stillness. If you feel like nothing is happening in your life, if you feel like there is stagnation, like you're not really working towards something, but you really are doing the work, it just feels like your physical reality is not shifting with the changes of your mind, just be patient. Just be patient in that process, okay? Because you are making progress, but it can be occurring on a more spiritual, on a more energetic level versus a physical level. Not all the time are we shifting physically, you know? We're shifting energetically, mentally, emotionally. You know, we all change, but changes always aren't physical. So while your emotions are changing, your thought process are changing, you're changing energetically, that could be the reason why you're not seeing it physically manifest, because you're still undergoing that process of change, that process of transformation. So you have to be patient, so that when you are complete in that process of transformation in those sectors of your life, you will start to physically see those results. Okay? Anyway, collective, that was a bit of knowledge for y'all. I'm out here giving information for free. Hopefully you guys are invested in that and you take that and apply that to your life in some kind of way, shape, or form. This was your reading. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to share me with your family and friends, and I'll talk to you guys soon.